Hey, what's up? Welcome back, everybody, to more MSQ playthrough. No pun intended, just kidding, pun intended. All right, let's hop into it. It seems the time has come to put my skills to use. Pray lead the way to the House of the Crooked Coin. We're practically there. Interesting formation.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
We are. This is an elegant artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether. I strongly suspect the ancients used it to stem the flow from here to the burn. That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azizlar from its surroundings. But were we to throw open the floodgates, the resultant deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall. And in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area. An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma. Whatever the explanation, the answer will not reveal itself here. We have seen what we needed to see. Let us return to Mol Ilo.
You found that which you seek, then. Great indeed is the Dusk Mother's power. If not less will suffice to protect our lands, the blessing of the other tribes must now be sought. Of course, but to which tribe should we appeal? There are many who worship Nama, but none are so fervent in their faith as the Dathar. As the Dathar, their consent shall be the key. The Dathar, least spoke of them, a warlike tribe possessed of unique customs and beliefs. I sense their cooperation will not easily be won. Nay, but it will be well worth the effort. The Dathar feel nothing, death least of all, and our alliance would be greatly strengthened by their presence. Let us go to Dathar Ka and treat with their Khatun Sadu. You again. Other matters demand our time, Kagan, unless it is battle you seek. Alas not. Quite the opposite, in fact. Talking. Always talking. You say the pillars hold great power. Of course they do. They are the source of Nama's strength. To the Datharo, no place is more sacred, and we will make ash of any who would defile it. Though I see this is not your wish. You see the wisdom of our proposition, then. You will join hands with us. I said nothing of joining hands. You wish to wield Nama's power to defend these lands, and this I will allow. But for leaving the steppe to fight the men in iron, I would have something in return. Namely? Namely, battle with you, Kagan. Nadam ended ere it began. I would face you again, alone, without distractions. Defeat me. Prove yourself the stronger, and you shall have the Dathal as your allies. Surely these are agreeable terms? Well, this is not wholly unexpected turn of events, though I had assumed I would be the one required to fight. Alas, the Khatun has made her choice. Shall we dance? It should be a battle the steppe shall not soon forget. Already my soul burns brighter. Prepare yourself, Kagan, and await me outside the car. I will gather my witnesses and join you anon. Strolla's like, whatever. It's cool how in this storm, how far you can see the Aetherites near my cursor. There's the Aetherite of Reunion. And then right there is the Aetherite I can't get, I think, unless I have flying. Ooh, that's bright in my dark-ass room.
Yes! This spot shall serve as well as any. I shall enjoy this harn.
Is this truly necessary? Have you no peaceable way of making decisions?
Speak not of peace. You stand before proud warriors of the Dathal. In the heat of battle do our souls burn brightest. We lay low the strong that we may rise higher. That is our way, the way of might. There is no other.
Oh, they do not want for conviction.
Indeed. It's what makes them such dangerous enemies. And such useful allies.
Enough talk! It is time to fight! have only just begun.
Enough! You were not granted leave to set the steppe ablaze.
Well, well, the sun has come out to play.
Be gone, Moonstruck Oranir! I am busy!
Fool of a Dothal! Have you forgotten the face of your master already? The sun will never set! From his seat on high, he reigns over all, now and forever. Yet what should he find here but a battle to determine the fate of the steppe? A battle waged without his blessing. This will not stand. You, Doman! You who come to petition the warriors of this land, forget that all Nama's children are wards of the Oranir. As first among my brothers, your petition is mine alone to judge.
These words are as wind from a horse's backside. Plentiful, but your axe sings more sweetly. Let her speak for you.
Insolent child. You will learn your place!
Forgive me, Brother Mernai, but we have an arrangement with the Dothal. We will not abide any interruptions.
So be it. The sun will pass judgment on all. Didakul, join me.
The sun is in good company. We may dance alone.
Beg not for mercy, for you will have none. Bear witness to the power and the glory of Azim!
Constantly at each other's throats like rabid dogs. Gods, I'm turning into her. I have not the patience for this, but if we must fight, let us at least be brief. Come.
I'm gonna fight as a Stola, aren't I? Is this a stone? And we've got arrow. That's a damage over time, physique, and then restore MP.
Bow down before me! Down before me! Mark well and learn! Kill or die! Bow down before me! Tremble before the sun!
Let us be about it.
Aether, to me! Never have I felt such bliss in defeat. 'Twas a battle to burn soul and flesh to ash. We Dothal will lend you our strength as promised. Nama's power is yours to wield. What does the sun say to that?
The sun is not driven by base motives such as yours. But they have been judged and found worthy. It is the way of the Oranir to accord recognition and respect to the strong. You have made sufficient proof of your strength. The sun shall answer your call.
You have our thanks. We are glad to call you allies.
You? By what are you called?
Ishtola, why?
Are you my Nama?
I I beg your pardon?
In battle, you shone with all the majesty of the full moon's light. Your healing touch, the embodiment of the Dusk Mother's love. Long had I wondered if my Nama might not be a woman of the steppe. Beholding you, I am all but certain. Now, look into my eyes. Could it be? Could you be?
I am not interested, little son. Try again when you've become a man.
Oh, oh my God.
Little?
The bird chirping in the background.
Little son! Little son! Does it pain you, little son? Crave you salve to soothe the ache? Fire to sear the wound in your heart?
We have wasted enough time here. Cyrano waits for word of our success.
You had not only to contend with Sadu, but Magni too? Such a fierce battle that must have been. Yet here you stand, triumphant. Having passed such a test, they could not well deny you their allegiance. The mole will make no such demands. Weak though we are, we will gladly stand with you. The steppe is our home, and we will defend it with all our being. You have my heartfelt thanks. Of all the tribes of the steppe, there is none I would rather have at my side. God's willing, many more will rally to our cause. I shall send word for you when we have answers from all the tribes. I cannot thank you enough, Serena. None of this would have been possible without you. You have the requisite consent. It is time to put Nama's power to use. If the Aether flows as planned, all that remains is to have the Ironworks engineers do their work at the ruins. Come, let us return to the House of the Crooked Coin. I shall begin at once. You may wish to take a step back.
Did it work?
did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
I do not pretend to understand what you did, Ishtola, but you did it. Thanks to you, and the MSQ, of course, we have taken a momentous step towards securing our defenses. Now, as much as I believe a rest is in order, we should probably make haste back to the Enclave. Agreed. The others may have returned from their missions, and I would know how things stand. As would I. Without further ado, then. Judging by your triumphant expressions, I take it all went well on the Azim Steppe. Indeed, we have secured a suitable source of energy for the barrier. Good. Tataru and I have commissioned Garland Ironworks to ensure that the field generators function as they should. A team of engineers stand ready to set out to the burn at a moment's notice. You need only say the word. Thank you for engaging their services on our behalf. The minutiae of the arrangement you may leave to me. Minutiae. Which just leaves the small matter of our alliance. So, Yugiri and Hakuro, how fared you with our neighbors? My lord, all of the factions we approached are in agreement that the Empire poses a threat, and many responded positively to talk of an alliance. From Hingashi and Sui Nosato, however, we received outright rejections. The former will not break its treaty with the Empire, and the latter will not involve itself in conflict. Just as we expected then. Well, there is naught to be done about it. We must focus on the rest. To each of the nations that were amenable to an alliance, I will personally send a missive, and once I have attended to that, I believe we will have done everything we can to fortify Doma's defenses, for the time being at least. All of which means I may leave for the meeting in Alamigo with a lighter heart. Yugiri Hakuro, if you would be so kind as to hold the fort in my absence. Friends, we could not have achieved so much in so little time without your help. For that, I give you my heartfelt thanks. To the meeting, then. I took the liberty of asking Thancred to attend as well. We should have arrived in Alamigan Quarter by now. Then let us not keep him waiting, shall we? Ishtola has told me all, and I duly told Irianje and Kryle. Kryle in particular was concerned about Alphanode, but I assured her that everything that can be done is being done. She agreed to continue with her own task for the time being on the condition that I contact her the moment there is any development. So, that leaves 4 of us to attend the council. Ironvald is here to assist with security. Incidentally, though, the poor lad seems altogether too distracted for the task. Another one missing. Alphanode, I expect. But it's almost time. As soon as you are ready, present yourself to the guardsmen at the palace entrance. I shan't far behind. The Scions of the 7th Dawn, welcome to Alamigo. The Alliance leaders have already arrived. May I show you to the meeting chamber? Upon proceeding to the Royal Palace, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Bring it on.
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we for our part are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far.
And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have played in bringing all of us together. In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Elfino. Would that the lad could be with us.
I too owe my presence here to Elfino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friends. Let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, tell us how things stand in the east.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
The Ascians.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic: subterfuge.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
It does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Empress Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial house into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however. There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces would be too enticing to ignore.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from the Second War of Succession.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
I'm for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
That's different.
That way. Sora.
This isn't a normal echo.
History must be changed.
What's this?
Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life. Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
There's a voice. Spies in our midst.
Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Is it over?
Master Thancred!
Oh, he's prone to aether and shit.
12 for Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready. Swiftly!
He's like sensitive to stuff.
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, milady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right? Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Alize and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely?
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
Cold.
I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul. That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether. A consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian, the Hebrea. The owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, alright?
Thank you, Lys. As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
I just tried to call Urianger on his link pearl. He didn't respond, but I dare to hope that he possesses some knowledge we do not. Ah, Urianger. Something happened during the meeting. Thancred's collapsed. A disembodied voice suddenly started... What? That's... We should talk about this in person. All right, we'll meet you there. Urianger, he heard the voice too. In Thanalin? As we alone were afflicted at the meeting, I had my suspicions, but if the voice also spoke to Urianger, there can be little doubt. The Scions were targeted specifically. By whom and to what end is the question, one to which we must find an answer with all possible haste. Urianger agreed to meet us at the Rising Stones. If any of the others heard the voice, we'll find out soon enough. Good luck. I should get back to the meeting with the Elder Seedseer, but if there's anything I can do, anything at all, you must let me know, alright? Promise me. Right. Let's be on our way. I like how Prelude and Violet was eclipsed by the 11 whatever in the weather in Alamigo for the fate, special fate.
Urianger! Gods, it's good to see you.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances. I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
You heard it too, then?
Aye. And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
That I cannot say. Not when so little is known. Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at two apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed, I shall make it my task to... The voice. It calleth to me once more.
It's not creepy at all.
I hear it too.
Only you. Only you. Throw wide the gates.
No! No, this can't be happening!
Y'shtola! Urianger! Open your eyes! Open your eyes, I beg you! Say something! Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
Forgive me, that was an unseemly display. It happened before your very eyes, milady. None here would have behaved any differently. We have borne two of them to a private chamber. But tell me, is it true that Master Thancred languishes in a like state in Alamigo? I'm afraid so. Given the circumstances, it would seem best to observe them together. I will send word to Lise that should be brought here. Take heart, my lady. The world is full of scholars and knowledgeable folk of every persuasion. Someone out there is bound to know what ails our comrades and how it may be cured. Thus we will rouse them, no matter what. That we will, Hori. That we will. But first things first, our comrades will have questions. May I ask that you explain the situation to them? I must attend to a private matter. He's got some cool looking armor now. Oh, I promised I'd visit someone in Limsa Lominsa. He's been waiting at Maelstrom Command for a while now. You know, you should come along too. I think he'd be glad to see you. As you've probably guessed, it's Gabo we've come to see. The privateer will bring him out to us. Ever since the Maelstrom took him in, I've tried to visit as often as I can. And after what befell our friends, I've taken the urge to visit again. It's difficult to explain. Gabu, not Gabao. Gabu. He's so cute.
Here he is, my lady.
Gabu, it's been too long.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
I see. You're still fighting. I'm proud of you. We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones. Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them, that I cannot bear.
You still have me.
And for that, I am grateful. I don't know what I'd do without you. Well, that's more than enough brooding for one day. Come on, we have friends to save.
Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel for more content for Final Fantasy XIV and others. And we'll see you next time.